In using the Visionary digital imaging system with the P51 CAMLA imaging system, I would like to show how to use this system in imaging ant specimens and some of the techniques that I have found that may be helpful for those who would be imaging ant specimens. First of all, one of the things that I have found is using the 65mm Canon lens for this particular size of ant species. And one of the things that I found is to place the ant upside down to present the image that would be preferred by ant taxonomists, which is for the head of the ant to reflect the position from the point where the head is to the right of the point as you look at the image. And so in order to do that, you would place the ant upside down underneath the lens, and you want to ensure that the image that's reflected on the monitor as such. And after you have set up the ant specimen to the appropriate place and position, and then you want to go ahead and set up the lighting using the Dynolight lighting system, which requires a number of steps to get the appropriate lighting for the ant. And I took several steps to take the glare off the ant for this particular specimen. A combination of using the model delay, going back and forth between the model delay, the two switches, shutting off one light first to get, and then taking a picture to get an image so that you have an idea if portions of the ant specimen is over exposed. So you would do that for both sides, and these two switches coincide with the two lighting. There is one and the other is there. So by going back and forth, you can get the appropriate lighting necessary for the ant. And then also, once you've gotten the correct lighting with no overexposures, then you can fine-tune it using the power variation button, as well as, if need be, the A and B buttons as well, to get the appropriate lighting before you start taking your images of the ant specimen. Once you have set up the appropriate lighting for the specimen, then you are ready to begin imaging the ant specimen with the Xyrene and then also the Photoshop system set up. After further processing using the Xyrene Stacker and Photoshop, the image you see reflects the final product of the imaging procedures for imaging ant species. This particular species you see is a polymorphic ant species. I have taken a head and dorsal shot as well as a lateral shot of a smaller sister to this particular specimen here. And the smaller size is here, as well as the head shot for the smaller specimen, and then a dorsal shot of the smaller specimen within this polymorphic species. And you want to ensure that you take the suite of images for ant taxonomy purposes and identification processes by taxonomists. want to point out that this set of procedures using this particular imaging system, I used a 65 millimeter lens with the 2x magnification for the larger size specimen you see